I think we're on.
What are you going to say now? It's been on all this time.
No, it's not been on all this time. Right, I think we're on, Liz, but we'll just hang fire for 20 seconds just to make sure.
Oh, someone said we can see you now.
Oh my goodness, thank goodness for that. Right.
How awful.
How awful indeed, Liz. I just need to change this size in ABS. I mean, just give me 20 seconds, Liz, if you want to, you know, take over hosting.
I'm just going to take my jacket off, actually.
All right, that'll keep people interested. Right.
Good evening.
TV's not working. Oh my goodness. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are all well. I honestly am at my wit's end with this damn live stream, but I'm determined to keep going with it. So conscious that we're using a different stream to what was originally set up. Again. Elizabeth, if you could kindly say something in the chat, that could be very helpful. However, we're on. Right. So, let's have a look at it. Why is my TV not working now? Why could nothing just go ahead as normal?
Just pretend you're pedaling, act like you're doing it.
No, I actually am, but I need to see in front of me so I can see the chat and stuff. Problem is that I can't. Oh, it's all really boring. I mean, why is it doing that? Let me try and sort my display out a bit. No, right, doesn't matter. Okay. So, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for bearing with me with these technical issues. I've changed absolutely nothing from last week, but of course, it always plays up, doesn't it? So, I appreciate you tuning in on YouTube, on Zwift, all the below, because if people didn't turn up, well, it'd just be slightly awkward, wouldn't it, Liz? Go from there, how does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
I feel like I need to do my spin class briefing. So, you don't need to do this session if you don't want to, if you're riding on Zwift. Feel free to do it if you do want to do it. It's quite easy other than some real big, hard efforts. So, entirely up to you. I might do some of those. I don't know, not commit to anything.
Short efforts though, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how we feel later on, won't we? I'm a sprinter after all. So, Liz, how's your day been animals-wise? What's been going off in the house and outside the house?
Well, it's either carnage or nothing, because if Ronnie's awake and full of energy, then poor Rupert doesn't get a minute. But if he's chilling and having a rest, then it's peaceful everywhere. So I've been out for a few hours today though to escape it all, so that's been nice, get out in the sunshine.
You treat yourself.
Chickens have enjoyed the day, they like it when the sun's shining.
Yeah.
And as per usual, these days just fly by.
Okay. Well, we're going to come on to what else you've been doing during the day, won't you? Chris, are you, is it stopped cutting out yet? I think the Zwift stream, what is happening here?
What is happening here?
Hang on. Oh, there we go, I think that's it now, that's sorted. Right, so animals, that's about it.
Yeah.
You have also, Liz, today, right, the first time, tell us about the good bits first. The first time a brand has like given me something to use to like review, no pressure, and the stuff is like good. So, not that stuff I had before isn't good, but like, it's basically bikes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of bikes lent to us, and Liz has been tasked with, today because she's off work, going and testing them. And Liz, tell us about what type of bike it is and what you've been doing.
So I've been out on a gravel bike today from 3T. It's a 3T Exploro. It was absolutely brilliant. I've only ever ridden mountain bikes on the trails before. So the difference being on the gravel bike was just unbelievable. Like I said, the sun was shining, the trails are beautiful at this time of year, and it was a really enjoyable spin out. I can't wait to go do some more.
Okay, are you going to tell us anything more about the specs of the bike or anything?
I can't remember all the fine details.
What group sets it got, how heavy it is, what size tyres are on it?
Not
People
got a
want to
clue.
know all of
Luckily,
this.
I remembered it's an Exploro.
Right, so I'll give you the the information. Right, so I said it's the first time a brand has given me something to like test like this, a bike I've been trying for ages. So there's a little bit of pressure on us, isn't there, Liz? And today, for you, and I said to Liz, just get a few pictures while you're out, like it'd be good to get a few photos, potentially for a thumbnail or something. Elizabeth, what have you managed to do today on the first ride?
Well, it was all going great. I'd been getting loads of content, pictures and videos, you know, just having a great time. And then I got to this sign. It was like a metal lamppost that said Teva still above it. And I thought, oh yeah, that'll be nice. The sun was shining through behind it. That'll be a good photo spot.
Beautiful shot.
Anyway, I'm there, snapping away. Next thing, the bike slipped, went straight across the metal lamppost and scuffed all the top of it.
All the top tube
Yeah.
has got a decent sized scuff
Well,
down
no,
it.
not anymore, because we've
Right,
got it
so-
out. Don't say that. It did have, but luckily you came to my rescue, my knight in shining armour.
Luckily, I used to polish cars and I had some polish that has managed to buff it all out actually, it's come up really good. But that was very nearly a disaster. But I was quite low stress, wasn't I?
Yeah, I mean, I was really worried
Yeah,
that I
I
was
bet you
going to be in trouble.
I know, I just think,
Literally first ride, and I managed to do that. I didn't fall off, so that was a bonus.
yeah.
But now you can't actually see where it's been scuffed on the lamppost.
Yeah.
And never again will I prop a bike up on this said lamppost. Neil's asking what colour. So mine I've got is blue. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Mine, you literally got it a few weeks. Yes, it is. So,
Yeah, well the one I'm riding then is blue.
Liz is
Best colour.
Liz's is the 3T Exploro Adventure something, or Rome something. And mine's the Race Max.
You don't even know, do you?
I know, I need the brochure. Anyway, yours is blue, mine's orange and white.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to several things. First of all, you know, Liz has never ridden gravel before, so what is it like to ride gravel? But then secondly, I can compare it against the Grizzle, like a gravel race bike versus a gravel adventure bike, that sort of thing. And I think it's quite good that we've got two different specs, haven't we? Because we can like compare like what, you know, mine's like got.
Yeah, so mine's more like the adventure spec, whereas yours is more the race spec, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I won't be doing any gravel racing.
Well, neither will I don't think, but it's interesting just to compare, isn't it? I've not ridden it yet,
yeah.
so I don't
Yours
really
is
know.
more aero than mine.
Exactly. So, whilst we're chatting rubbish, by the way, feel free to drop in anything you'd like to talk about in the chat. It doesn't necessarily need to be a question. If you'd like to hear Liz and I's opinion on something, or I don't know, anything you want to talk about, either on the channel or otherwise, please do feel free to drop it in, because I've got a few bullet points. I've not got many, to be honest.
No, I've not really got much to say, to be honest.
So, one thing I'm thinking about, and Liz, I think we've tentatively planned it in, is going to Rouleur, isn't it? The bike show. Well, not really just a bike show. They've got guest speakers. There's loads of stands. I think it could be a good day out, couldn't it? It could be good networking wise, I suppose, but I'm trying to pass it off as a date day. We think we're going to go on Saturday, don't we? So if anybody's been to Rouleur, please do let me know what you think. Is it worth it? It's down in London, so we'll have to do our best Crocodile Dundee, won't we? And
I know, we're not really fans of cities and things, are we? So
really,
it's
no.
quite a big thing going to London.
yeah. Just see Neil's asked a question in the Zwift chat. What are you saying?
What you were talking. So Neil's asked, how's the hip?
Well, I can still feel it when I'm doing, so I have to think about when things have happened in real life and when things have gone out on a video. So the video about me whinging about my hip has gone out today,
Yeah.
but I recorded that on Saturday. What's today's Wednesday? So it's better than it was then, but I can still feel it when I'm just walking, getting in and out the car, standing up from sitting down. So it's not good, but it's not affecting me normal. Like the first night last week, when it was really bad, it was keeping me up at night. So I'm a lot happier now. It's just like a dull ache and I can vaguely feel it. That's okay.
But you've not been running, have you?
No, and I don't feel it at all on the bike. So I'm going to try and take the opportunity to get more training in on the bike. However, I can't always just fit in loads more cycling. Especially like today, I would have probably ran at lunchtime and ridden tonight. So just because I don't run at lunchtime doesn't mean I've then got time to ride tonight. So I'm going to do what I can. Worst case scenario, I'll have to do some more swimming. But I'm expecting to have the rest of this week off of running and next week. I'm hoping to then be in a position to start running. But I think because I'll have had 2 weeks off at that point, I'm not scared of having a third week off or a fourth week off. I just want to make sure that this break is the last one for this specific injury. I haven't really got onto the rehab stuff yet over the last week or so because it's been hurting so much. There's no point me trying to stretch it and strengthen it if it is still like twinging when I'm walking. So when it's, and maybe another couple of days, I'll start really hitting the rehab work and then just see how it goes really. I'm just grateful to be able to still be doing this. Doing these sorts of streams as well is really motivational, so thanks for turning out. And yeah, I'll just do what I can really. I'm not panicking, but I also am panicking. So
the thing is, you know, you've got the whole winter ahead yet, and I know time does fly, but you don't need to stress if you can't achieve all your training goals right now.
Yeah.
You know, wait till you get to the other side of Christmas, and then that's when it really matters, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Right, thank you for all the questions in the YouTube live chat. Feel free to pop any more in if you'd like. So, he's just under investigation.
Right, yeah.
And he named several people in his post that they were people who'd either said things about him or reported him or whatever. And he just put Daniel. Ah. So, a couple of people messaged me saying, are you getting involved in this now or something? And obviously it wasn't. I'm not going to speculate as to who it was, but that was not me. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question, Seb. I've had enough YouTube internet drama for the remainder of my life. Thank you. Yeah. My thoughts about the situation is, I think I need to know my place, and I have no thoughts about it because my only thoughts are, I don't know Sam, I don't know the process, and I don't know whether anything he's saying is right or wrong. Like, you can't always trust anything anybody says unless you know that for a fact, can you? Because people can be saying anything, so that's not just like a, you know, politically correct opinion for YouTube. Genuinely, I've no input to it, and obviously I hope there's no doping in triathlon because it's a sport that I love, and if and when it happens, it ruins it a bit, doesn't it? As we saw with Colin Chartier earlier this year. But I don't know. We'll see what comes out of it, won't we? But I'll just be on the spectating.
I'm sure the truth will come out eventually, won't it?
I'm trying to really like think about if I'm going to comment on stuff, am I actually like qualified to comment on it? So like Ironman have put out an update about the Women's World Championship qualification process, and it'd probably get loads of clicks and loads of views, but I've not made a video about it because I've got no horse in that race. Like, I'm interested in the sport and I love it, but I'm not a woman trying to qualify for the World Champs, so therefore my opinion doesn't really matter. But I don't know. We'll see. Chris is asking, as ex-Centre Parcs employees, do you have any recommendations or tips? We're going for the first time to Longleat one next month. Elizabeth, you were probably a bigger fan of the holidaying there than I was, so what do you reckon, Longleat?
Depending on when you're going.
Next week.
When is it, did they say?
Next week.
Oh, next
week.
Week.
Next month.
Oh, next month. It probably will be busy. Things do get booked up, so whenever we've been and stayed there, we've always tried to actually have a couple of things booked in, haven't we? Yeah. Prior to going there,
activities.
Just so that we can make sure that we get on some different activities and things. There's so much to do, lots of lovely things for little ones, and obviously they've got their little boy, so it'll be great fun for him in the activity den. Do different sensory classes, teddy bears, picnics, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm sure you will have a great time, make lots of memories. Yeah,
also I have seen that apparently it's quite hilly in Longleat, There's a steep, yeah, I know. There's a steep hill. No, it's not the apparently bit. The apparently bit's this bit.
Oh.
I saw a picture that somebody put up, and they'd banned cycles up the steepest hill on the.
Right.
Yeah. Steep. I think it's called.
Is it normally where they have the train to go around on? Because it's so big.
Yes.
So they have
hilly.
the land trains.
Yeah, but anyway, so the banned bikes up the steep hill. So obviously you've got to go for the KOM, Chris.
Oh yeah, come on, Chris.
So yeah. Lee, have Team Outlaw renew my contract for 2024? Well, I guess so, yes, but I'm just trying to work through the detail. Outlaw have always been really good to me, and they've been the biggest reason this year that I've been able to take, or I think I have, take my event day videos to the next level. So access for my camera guy to come in transition at the swim start. They sometimes send me some footage. They've given me the entries, which enables me to pay my camera guy. So they've been a massive, massive help. I'm just trying to think about how I can make it more sustainable for me financially. So what we're currently doing is, working through how can that work? Do I do some sort of code in which I get an amount of money per referral? Do they pay me? How do I make it work? And I'm not entirely sure what that looks like. And if we don't get to the bottom of that, we don't get to the bottom of it. I'll probably still do some Outlaw events next year, because I absolutely love them. But I've just got to think about, I can't do everything, and I want to do everything. And maybe if I was a bit more, I don't know, commercially astute, maybe I could do everything, but we'll see. So I've not actually made any firm commitments yet. The things I've got in mind are, I might do Outlaw Half Nottingham. It's the race I've done the most, and I do like it. But I felt like this year I had the best performance I could ever have there, unless I make significant steps forward. So I think I might do something else instead of that. But then Holcombe, I quite fancy doing the gravel sprint, and then the aquabike the day after, because I'm thinking about what I can offer to Outlaw. Documenting their new events is probably quite handy to them. I've done Holcombe and Outlaw Half Nottingham a few times. The full as a relay really appeals to me again. The problem I have is that, my relay team that took part this year, they're unsure what they're doing next year, or some of them are sure about, like Paul, for example, the runner, he's doing Challenge Roth, which is 3 weeks before the full relay. So he's on the fence, I think. Michelle, the swimmer, she's on the fence as to whether she wants to do it or not. And that's not just, couldn't she be bothered? Like, these people put specific training in for it. I know that Michelle swam hard for months training for it, and Paul trained his running for months specifically for it, and I want them to have the option to do it. If they don't want to do it, I'm tempted to try and get another team together, but I almost want the same team, because I want us to go back and try and win it. Essentially, we had a great day and they performed really well. If anything, I was the weak link. So if we're going to go back, I need to know that I'm going to deliver, and we'll see. So that's the plan. That also might enable me to do the aquathon the day before. My worst nightmare, swimming a run, but it's national champs and it's a new event. And then, what else is there? Outlaw X. That's my most local one, and I love the course, but I know the entries aren't massive for it at the minute, and there's a lot of event organisers that are uncertain about events, so I almost wouldn't want to hang my hat on any event at the minute. So we will see. I do, Dan's also asked about that. Do I fancy UK 70.3? Yeah, I fancy Bolton 70.3. I've actually got an entry for it, I think, because, long story, but following Cork this year, I've been verbally told I've got an entry and I haven't got it yet. So I quite fancy Bolton 70.3. That's at the end of June. And I guess I'll just see how the next month or two goes. Because I've got a niggle at the minute, I'm not really thinking about racing, am I? I'm just trying to get through the next few weeks.
Are you going to talk about your February?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah.
And motivation.
Yeah. Going on holiday without Liz, going with Lee Tunnicliffe instead, that's something to look forward to. Yeah.
That's fine, he can have you for the week.
If I'm giving it full beans next year, I need 1 or 2 training trips, so I'm currently just trying to plan those, and then I'll look at events after that. Liz, Jonathan Evans is asking, have I got any questions in the Zwift chat?
No, so we've done the hip.
Okay.
And then somebody just said that they didn't run, it was Grant said he didn't run for the best part of 3 months from November, so you'll be alright. Yeah,
well, as soon as it comes back, doesn't it? That's encouraging to hear, thanks Grant. Liz, Jonathan Evans is asking, do I prefer Ironman Wales or Cork? Best atmosphere, Heartbreak Hill or Windmill Hill. I mean, you were there for a lot longer than I was, so what do you reckon?
That is tough because they are both so incredible, yet so different. I don't even know if I can make a decision. Wow, I don't even know. I think it's always got to be Ironman Wales.
Yeah.
I think that probably just slightly tops it, but Cork is just incredible as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think perhaps there's a bit more, mind you, but then you can see a lot of the run on at Cork as well. I don't know is the answer, Jonathan. I think they're both incredible places for spectating.
These Q&As do work better when you give an answer, but that's fine, Liz.
Sorry. Well, why don't you give an answer then?
My answer would be probably similar to yours.
Yeah.
They're both very good. I think Wales tops it because it's been on for years and years, so it's more cemented in the local town.
Yeah.
Loads of businesses are behind it. Not that they're not in Youghal and Cork, but
it's just obviously newer, isn't it? But still, the whole town embraces it just like they do in Wales.
Yeah. And I'm probably swayed because I haven't actually done the full in Cork. So whereas when you're out all day in and around Tenby, you might build that stronger bond with the course.
Yeah.
In fact, I've only finished the 70.3 once in Cork, haven't I? So yeah, I'd probably go for Wales.
They're both incredible, but I think Wales does just slightly top that one then.
Yeah. And am I planning on doing Wales again? Well, I don't know is the honest answer. I always said I'm not doing it again until, so last time I did it was 2022. I'm not doing it again until I'm significantly fitter. I don't know if that day ever comes, so I think I might think about it next year, I'm not sure.
And actually, earlier this year, you claimed you were never doing a full again, and then off we won't go to Germany to do Roth.
Yeah, because those things hurt. These people know.
Yeah.
When you forget the pain.
So.
What is annoying about Wales is it's term time, so we have to come back on the Sunday night.
Yeah, so that spoils it a bit because it's so nice. Like Tenby is such a nice place.
Yeah.
So really, if you're going, you want to be able to make a bit more of it and not just be there for Friday evening until Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Whereas at least with Ireland being in August, we can actually go for a holiday as well.
Yeah.
But Tenby is stunning to have a holiday there as well.
Yeah. Jonathan, what's the best outlaw course? Now I've done them all a few times, and I've had my best ride on the Outlaw Half Nottingham, but I think the best all-round course, and you're going to say the same, I bet, because you've done the Outlaw X and Holcombe.
Yeah.
I think it's Holcombe.
Yeah. I think it's Holcombe, but I think part of that is because Nottingham and Outlaw X are just on our doorstep.
Yeah.
So actually going to Holcombe and doing that course is something a bit different. Mm-hmm. But no, I love the run at Holcombe. It's beautiful, obviously in the grounds. As Thoresby, that's also a beautiful run.
Yeah.
I think Holcombe bike course is great for TT bikes because it's kind of a ride of two halves.
Yeah.
You get the couple of small hills out in the first half, and then it's just sort of flat, fast, along a faster road all the way back, isn't it, to Holcombe? So for a TT bike, that's brilliant. Whereas Outlaw X is pretty rolling the whole way. And Nottingham, you can talk best about Nottingham.
Yeah, Nottingham's the fastest course. The road surface isn't the best in places, but it's not the best anywhere in the UK in places, is it? I think I feel closest to that because I've done that. That was my first middle distance event, and every year I've done it, I've gone better, like slowly and slowly. So I feel like a connection to it, like it's been like a key part in me progressing in the sport.
Well, it was like the first one you did, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the first one I did. So I really like it. I think sometimes you have to learn when to leave it, and I think I might leave it now, but
yeah,
we'll see. I feel like this year I swam 34 minutes, biked 2:13, ran 1:35, 1:36, and that was, I had nothing go wrong. I had a great ride, and I just don't know if I'll ever top that. But maybe if I get through winter and feel better, then I might do. But it's not just about the times, but on a course you've done for the experience so many times, it sort of is. So we'll see.
Holcombe, they're all great, but I think Holcombe is special as well.
Yeah. Feel free to keep dropping your questions in either Zwift or the YouTube live chat. I do really appreciate it. It keeps us something to talk about. Cheers Dan, would I consider training specifically for a marathon race and see how I do? I'll pass you that question first, Liz. I will come back to it, but you've done a marathon, haven't you? So, and you've done multi-sport training, so would you consider training for a marathon again?
I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit scarred for life from when I did it the first time. Because, you know, in my head, I thought, oh, I've got this fitness now, I can go on. Then a couple of weeks later, I'd got a 10 mile booked. And then we did a 16 miler, didn't we, a couple of weeks after that.
Yeah.
But the reality was, the effect I didn't realise it would have on my body for such a long time. And then I was really disappointed with my 10 mile time that I did after that, and it kind of just, well, my running's just become non-existent kind of from there, hasn't it? It's slowly dwindled off. Yeah. I don't know, it's hard. It took a lot of, I think, was it a 16-week programme that I did?
Yeah, thanks to Coach Woodnote. Yeah,
I mean, I had the support from Matt, and that was fantastic. I would not have even got to the start line, I don't think, without his support. Yeah. So that was brilliant. You know, all the sessions. I felt like the training, I felt like I ticked all that off really well.
Boyfriend ride on a bike next year, week after week.
You know, I had the greatest run of my whole life when I did a 22 miler in preparation for it, and that's, if anyone asks me what my favourite run would ever be, it's going to be that one. Like, it just all went literally perfect, didn't it? Yeah. I felt good, my nutrition was nailed, the pace was good, and then unfortunately I didn't have a great race on the marathon day, and I don't know, I almost feel like I don't know if I want to put myself through all that again when I might not do any better. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I loved the training. Yeah. Leading up to it, but it took a lot of hard work and commitment. Yeah. And whilst you're so committed to your training,
so committed,
we can't both be like that, because the house just gets abandoned.
Yeah. So I have trained for a marathon before. I've trained for a marathon twice actually. Once in 2016, and I did London Marathon. I was 17 stone and I did it in 3:57, and I thought there's no way I can ever do that after 112 miles on the bike. And then I got into it and also learned that you can. But exactly the same as you say, it's all consuming. You know, I was doing 20-mile races, long training runs. Some right stories from long runs we've been on, haven't we?
Yeah.
But I know what you need to do to get the performance that you want, and I'm not prepared for the hard work. Everything in life is a sacrifice, and I'm not prepared to sacrifice my riding, my swimming, riding mostly, for a marathon. If for some reason I wasn't able to ride or swim, then yes, I would. But it just doesn't appeal to me as much. I sort of think I'd rather focus, if I wanted to do a good Ironman, I'd focus on training for a good Ironman marathon, is how I'd think. But there's not really a marathon that appeals to me enough. When I did London, obviously that's like an incredible event. And like Manchester was good, I went and watched you, but it's not quite London. And you know, whereas triathlons, you've got, going to Ironman Wales or Outlaw this or Cork that. I know there is the marathon majors and stuff, but they don't have the same draw to me to go and do. So maybe if something popped up that was like, you know, a cool marathon, then maybe, but...
Well, there probably is a lot, like you got your Chicago and all that, but we just don't go to them places, do we?
No, exactly. Yes, Lee, so Lee did the Outlaw Bowwood once, Shane did it once, yeah. So real Shane only did it once, because could have done with somebody taking the course record off Harry Palmer, couldn't we? No, that was a real good day out. You want to tell people what we did that day? Did we beat Lee? I hope we beat Lee.
We were in a relay team actually that day, and
which started off strong and gradually got slower.
What are you saying, Andy slower?
No, I'm saying Andy Horsfall-Turner's better than us.
Yeah.
I'm probably
so we had Andy Horsfall-Turner on the swim for us. Yeah. You did the bike. Yeah. And I've never seen anyone fly into transition quite so fast like you did.
Right, so...
And screamed at me to go when I was already going.
Right, it's a race. So, Andy did the swim. There were some other good swimmers in the race. Tom Davis, Harry Palmer. Hannah Munday was in the race as well, wasn't she? However, because we could transition faster, I actually had about a minute lead going onto the bike. Got caught by Harry Palmer about 15 miles. and dropped by him. I couldn't hold on to him. He caught me on a slight uphill, and that was enough just to put me in the red, and I couldn't hold on. And then Donald Brooks and
I was going to say, you came in about third or fourth, didn't you?
Well, I'll tell you a story, so if you wait.
Right, yeah.
Donald Brooks and Oliver Simon then caught me, and I sat on them like an absolute pack rat the whole way. I normalised 316 watts for 2 hours and 20, and I was flat out to hold on to them. But in the last half a mile, of course, I sprinted around him to get into transition second.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
So that was the whole point. But
yeah.
And then it was a tough course, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you ran about 2 hours, wasn't it? And
yeah.
We were second relay team. We missed first by about 20 seconds, didn't we?
Yeah.
So any one of us can pick apart a performance, but I feel guilty that if I'd have gone with Harry Palmer, we'd have won it.
Well, I was a slow runner.
No, it's
but
fine.
To be
Team
fair,
effort.
the marshals were laughing at me because I was marathon training.
Yeah.
I was running around transition waiting for you, getting a few extra miles in.
You were.
So that I needed longer than the half marathon distance that day.
Yeah.
Which is totally bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was good fun though, wasn't it? We enjoyed
Very much so. That's what got me into relays and made Andy realise he's better at doing it full thing himself.
Yeah. As a pro without us.
I know. I don't think he was a pro then, was he?
No.
Yeah. So, Grant's asking, tips for getting a Roth slot. Well, I guess I'm a bad person to ask because I was very lucky in how mine came about through Zone 3. But I've been in and around people who have been angling for a slot, trying to get one and so on. And the best thing is just to get on the computer as soon as they release them. They've already released the majority, but I think there are some more released in December. And quite a lot of the people that I know who wanted one got one. So maybe the demand isn't quite what it was. I feel like it's early December that it goes out, so just keep your eyes open. I mean, you've got to be knocking on the door of potentially sub 9, haven't you? So if you do it in sub 9, you get, do you get €500 back? I think it's either 550 or 600. You get all bar about 50 quid back if you go sub 9. So that's pretty cool.
Incentive.
Yeah, and I think when you enter, they ask you if you're likely to go sub 9. Obviously I said no, but they put you in the elite wave as well, which is pretty good. Not elite, like the first age group wave. So that's pretty cool. So I just keep an eye out. I don't think they do charity slots or anything, but I just get on it straight away. Sign up to the mailing lists, follow the social medias, and just get on it as soon as you can. I'm sure you'll get a slot. Jonathan Evans, how do I find having a coach to training myself? Well, don't want to just re-quote Lionel, but coaching should be a relationship, shouldn't it? And I tried coaching last year and it didn't really work. Trying coaching this year, it is working. I think we've got a long way to go before I actually see the benefits, but I am already seeing the benefits. Chris Hine at Pure Performance Coaching is a great guy. Doesn't really care about YouTube, doesn't really care about social media. Not that he doesn't like it, but just that that's not a factor for him. So, one of the most common things I get emailed to me or messaging me, and I'm so grateful for it, but it's people saying, hi, I'm a coach, can I coach you and can you talk about it on YouTube? And that's cool and I'd love to do that, but it just makes your coaching relationship different. I'm paying Chris full whack, full rate, I think he's worth the money. No oh, can I have a discount for this or whatever? And that just makes me so much more committed to the process, committed to, that value exchange. I'm giving you money, you're doing me a service. So it just makes it more straightforward, and obviously I happily promote him just through what I'm doing. And it's been a bit of a step change. I've been, it's difficult some days when you've just been told what to do. I find it loads easier on the bike.
Yeah, right? You don't take well to be told what to do you?
No, but swimming's been a massive step change because it was always oh, shall I go to the pool, yes or no? Then if I did, I'd just swim. Whereas now it's do some stretching.
Other than when you were doing your session.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's going good, but we've got a long way to go because a lot of the work I need to do is on the run and the swim, and I haven't given it what I could do yet. So yeah. Dan says re-releasing Roth slots on the 6th of December, so Grant, get that on your calendar, get signed up, and I'm sure you'll be with a good chance. Chris Colwell, am I still planning on offering coaching myself? Well, Chris, to be honest, I'm inspired by people like you. So if you don't know Chris Colwell, he's a triathlete, he's a YouTuber. He's recently, I won't spoil it all, go to his channel and check it out. He's embarking upon a journey in which he's upskilling himself to be a sports massage therapist and start his own business. That's cool. I love that. But I sort of see YouTube as that, and I've sort of half did British Triathlon Level 1, never really finished it. But it's on my list of things to want to do, but I know that I can't fit it in at the minute, so I'm almost just leaving it. I know that there's, you know, potentially like some money on the table, there's potentially a whole other like avenue, and I do like the idea of it, but I just can't fit it in at the minute. So therefore I'll just pick it up at some point. And I feel like me going through maybe 6 months, a year or so of being coached will help me learn a bit more about what is a good coaching relationship. So never say never. I think I'd like to do more of the, as we did last year, the send it squad sort of thing. So like a, you know, a generic plan that is cheap for people, that gives that social engagement, and then it's still sort of like an income for doing it. But I just haven't done it this year because I want to focus on, selfishly, my own training in life. So, because everything, yeah, everything takes time, doesn't it? So, never say never, mate, but not at the minute. What have I missed, Liz?
Dan, do you have any other hobbies?
Oh, so I have any other hobbies other than triathlon chickens? And how many chickens do you have and how are they doing? You want to go first, mate?
Shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
So, chickens. I've currently got 4 chickens at the moment. Unfortunately, I did lose Beatrice a couple of weeks ago now.
Well done, guys. Kill the vibe there, that question.
She was very
You
old.
ruined the live stream.
Very old, very poorly, and I had to make the decision to let her go, unfortunately. So we are down to 4 now, and I will stick at 4 for a little while. Do you have any other hobbies? Well, for me, I love doing things in the garden, obviously with the chickens and just gardening, going to garden centres, socialising with friends. What else do I like doing? Just, I don't know, I enjoy doing things to make the house look nice. Obviously we both go to work.
Yeah.
But we don't really have any other like sport hobbies or any other things like that we do, do we?
Well, these people that know what it's like. I couldn't fit in another sport.
No.
I do sometimes wish I had another hobby that wasn't triathlon related.
What?
Well, in our village, there's an amateur boxing club. I'm not suggesting that I go and get punched in the face, but like they do like a boxercise.
Oh
and
yeah, I used to quite like it.
Yeah, and I bet there's a whole different social network there. I bet it's a whole different type of workout. And I wish I just had the impetus to go and do that sort of thing, but
it sounds crazy, but we literally don't have time.
Yeah.
What with work, doing everything that we do.
Well, YouTube is a hobby to me as well.
YouTube's a hobby to you and is a massive part of your life.
Yeah.
And we literally just do not have time, do we?
Yeah. So I sort of see club cycling as a different hobby to triathlon because it's like social.
Yeah.
I'm going out with them, it's not training, it's just...
That's it, and obviously I have my group of friends that I go out cycling with as well. We always have a cafe stop and a catch up, and that's always really nice. Yeah. And we go, I just love going out and exploring the countryside, whether that be walking, jogging, running or whatever it is you may want to do. Yeah. We've got so much beautiful countryside around us, and we love doing a lot of things outdoors really. We're quite outdoorsy people, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, so about 10 minutes to go, guys. Thank you very much for all the engagement. If you've got any more questions, get them in. If you can put up with any more of me talking. Hope you're having a good ride, a good session if you're doing it. The time is flying by for us, so thank you very much. Although I have got 10 minutes to make up at the end because of my technical at the beginning. Any questions on Zwift? I'm talking about football, aren't we?
There's a lot of football chat, but I'm sorry, we're not football fans, so we're not engaging in that one. Ash Turner has said Dirty Reaver ?
Probably not. It's a great event. It's just a long way away. The weather will probably be less than great, and it costs a fair bit of money to do. I went this year because 3 or 4 of my friends are doing it, but out of 5 people who said they were doing it, 3 turn up, 4 turn up, something like that. Because obviously stuff happens. And having now had a couple of adventures in the Peak District, which I haven't posted the videos from yet. I'm hoping to get the first one out next week, and the one after that a couple of weeks after. Having done that, there's so much we can do on the doorstep with that sort of thing. I paid a tenner for a train to Leeds, and we were back across the peaks with Walkow, and it took all day. We had a couple of food stops, and that cost probably 50 quid total. And Dirty Reaver was probably 400 or 500 by the time we're done. So it just doesn't stack up, and I'm back at home then when we're done. And I also think gravel racing, I don't think it's for me.
It's a bit gnarly for you, isn't it?
It's a bit gnarly for me. So never say never, but you know, it's all good.
You have to be a bit wild to want to get stuck in, don't you, with gravelling?
Yeah.
You can't act cautious, I won't be any good. Too cautious.
You're a gravel pro now.
Oh, I know I am, but that's riding solo.
Jonathan Evans asking, do I watch any other bike YouTubers? Liz, do I watch much YouTube?
Oh, goodness me, it's all we bloody watch.
Right, so I'm really interested in these creators for what they're putting out, but also, I guess it's just like checking out the competition, seeing what other people are doing, and people like the names you've named, Francis Cade, Ed Laverack, Cycling Tattooist, are all people who have grown audiences. I don't know about Cycling Tattooist just yet, but Ed Laverack and Francis Cade, like, they've built that into a living, so clearly very good at it. And Cycling Tattooist stuff is blowing up big time. So I watch them because I like the content, but I also watch people like that because, you know, I admire what they've done. Especially Francis, having turned, like, he's removed vlogging from his content, so he's not having to share his personal life, and he's made it more of a team thing now. And I've tried things like that in the past that have never really worked, but that seems to be.
That, is his name George and his wife Rocket?
Giorgio Coppola, yeah.
Yeah, we like him.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
He's entertaining.
Yeah.
And I always feel a bit sorry for Rocket, really, because, like me, she gets a bit bullied by the other half and ends up being dragged into all these different projects and things that they want to do. And she's so lovely and just goes with the flow, doesn't she?
Exactly. So, yeah, quite a lot. Seb's asking, how do the neighbours react to the poultry?
They're fine, actually. Our next door but one neighbours got chickens when they knew that we had chickens, because they'd always wanted them as well and they'd never got them. So it's quite, obviously we're back onto fields and things here, so it's quite rural, isn't it, behind us? So everybody's okay with it. I don't think they'd like it if we had a cockerel, but thankfully the girls aren't too noisy, are they?
Yeah. So where we used to live in Norfolk, we had a deed of covenant. It's quite an old-fashioned village. And we weren't allowed pigeons, pigs or poultry. But I think something happened in our lives that's made us both think, like, we say 0 F's given, didn't we, for a while?
And we still had them while we lived there.
That's what I mean. So you wanted chickens.
And it was crazy because we actually lived opposite a farm.
Yeah. So who had geese?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got chickens. Well, Liz got chickens. And that was fine. We had about 4 years. And then we put the house up for sale, didn't we, to move. And on the for sale photos was the back garden. There was chickens on there. And I got a letter through the door from the parish council who were basically saying, you're not allowed chickens. Can you remove the photos on the listing? And we're not going to take action because you're moving, but you need to make it clear to your conveyancing solicitor, the estate agent and the new buyers that you're not allowed chickens. And I just thought, stuff you. Yeah. So I asked one of my friends who knew how to work Photoshop, if he, because we sold it through Purple Bricks, so you can access the listing on your phone yourself, on the app. You can change the photos. So I got the garden photo edited, and they left the chickens in, and he added in a pig, a cow, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex, just for good effect, didn't he? And I then updated that on the listing. Yeah. Didn't write back to Parish Council. I thought if that bothered, I'll come knock on the door, which they weren't. And then somebody else locally saw the post, didn't they? Like the for sale advert, and they saw a picture, screenshotted it, and put it on like the, you know, like classic village Facebook page. And people were obviously saying it's quite funny, but they didn't know the detail about why I'd done that. And I don't think the parish council find it quite as funny, but. No. And then Purple Bricks made me take it down because you're not allowed to put doctored photos on. So,
well, it entertained us, didn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
That was when we lived in Norfolk though. Strange folk in Norfolk.
Yeah. Good times though. Liz, Stu wants to know what's for dinner.
Lentil chilli and garlic bread tonight.
Yes.
Can't wait, I've got it all prepped.
Classic.
Just put the hob on when we go in.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes, Lee, so Lee's mentioning the Nero cycling show. Get myself on it. I mean, watching it, yes, I watch it already. I'm not slurping.
Sorry, that's probably loud under this.
So, I absolutely love it, and I really like it because they've made a podcast, not just a podcast, haven't they? They upload shorts from it, and their podcast is really short and snappy. You'll have noticed all the introductions, it's not like, oh, this is so-and-so, this is a bit about them. Whenever they've got a guest on, they're just straight into the topic at hand, and I really like that. I suppose it only works with big guests who are well known, but I love it. They keep it all about 50 minutes to an hour. They're quite opinionated, whether that's just fabricated for the video or not, I don't know, but I really like the content, and hopefully at some point I'll either get to engage with them or maybe meet them or something, because Chris is from, I lived in Ireland for many years, so whether he comes back over here ever, I don't know.
Just going back, sorry Neil if we've offended you. Neil lives in Norfolk. Neil, we love Norfolk. It's the village we lived in was just a bit eccentric, wasn't it? That's all.
Yeah, it's just the strange people there, Neil.
Nothing against you, Neil. You're great.
Just a bit strange. No, I'm joking. Oh, dear. All right, 5 minutes to go, guys. Feel free to chip raise anything you want to talk about. I feel like I've covered a lot of ground there, haven't we?
I know.
I'm sweating here.
I'm quite warm. I'm just nice.
Your second.
I'm normally cold.
It's your second ride today.
I know. All or nothing, me.
I'm gonna have a good 10 minutes to do after you get off.
Well, that's fine, because I can get a shower and crack on with dinner.
Yeah. Okay, then whilst we've only got a few minutes left, I am going to be doing some. I always don't want to commit to it because I know that these things never go to plan for me. I'm going to be doing some giveaways on these rides, specifically for the people who join on Zwift is the plan, I think. So thank you very much to those who make the effort to do so. I'll post about them in advance and so on. But my kind partner, NRG Chains, actually offered to me. I didn't even ask him if he wants to do some giveaways. So I know that people might be building bikes this time of year and getting set up for race season next year. So hopefully I'm going to see what he's got in stock, pick some good stuff and get it out to some people is the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe we'll have to start sprinting some town signs or something, but we'll see, shall we?
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Will Cowan, Pepsi Max Cherry or Garlic Red?
What, or we have to choose one?
Yeah.
Oh, Pepsi Max Cherry.
Oh, see, I'd pick Garlic Red.
Oh, that's why we're not compatible.
Garlic Red.
Jonathan Evans, I've ever thought about an intro for the videos. Can I rap? No. I did have an intro at one point. I still use it occasionally, but I don't think they're the key to a good video. I think they're sometimes useful on a video which is otherwise quite boring to just remind people that you do other stuff other than that boring stuff. But I think once some people have seen it once or twice, like I know that like the Cycling Tattooist, for example, great intro, he made the song himself. But after I've heard it 5 times, I'm skipping through it. And then he's actually really shortened it, so it's about 5 seconds now, which is cool. So I guess I'll just think about that, but I don't want to get too into the YouTube stats, but that first 10 seconds is really important for telling the person what the video is going to be about, and if they feel misled, like clickbait, they'll click off. So there's no point in doing it really. So I'm just going to rock without an intro for a while. I think on the bigger videos, like these gravel videos I'm working on, there'll be some sort of montage in the intro, but that's there to show people what's coming up and almost get them hooked to stay to the end, is the idea.
Cool.
Get the fans too interested. Actually, I did that for a while, obviously inspired by GCN, and some of them are pretty rowdy and pretty good. So if you want to send me any intros, it's TriathlonDan at Outlaw.com.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, feel free to do so. I got loads, didn't I?
Yeah.
Some fabulous places.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's have other people doing them.
Yeah, exactly. And can you record them all and edit the videos as well?
Yeah.
If you're going to send me one, do it landscape. That'd be a big help. Yeah, go for it. Knock yourself out. Don't swear, it's a
Bit of
family
fun.
channel. Yeah.
That could be one of the giveaways. People do a good intro.
Ah, I thought you meant the giveaway was you can do an intro. Brilliant prize. Oh man, awesome. Well done, Liz.
Well done.
Good ride. I've got another 10 minutes to do.
Enjoy. Well, this technically is over an hour.
Yeah.
Are we ending the live stream at an hour?
Yes. Thank you very much all for your patience and commitment. It really does make these things easier. I don't know what else to do with the live stream, so I test it before we do it, and I use the same settings I did last week, but something obviously isn't right, but I will do what I can to work on it. I'll also reposted this stream as a video, so I hope you enjoyed it if you watched it as a video during a training session. There's no adverts on it or anything, so you should be able to watch it straight through.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you very much.
Hopefully it's not sent you to sleep, sat listening to us.
Yeah.
Probably that's what keeps people awake though, pedalling.
Yeah.
Probably them that are sat on the sofa have nodded off by now.
Yeah. Right, got to go because you said to me earlier, I'm not doing it for more than an hour.
No.
So we've gone over an hour.
Yeah.
See you all next Monday. Back to Monday next week.
Yeah, have a great week, people.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, that's good.
Make sure it's on.